Hello, I'm Tracy Grimshaw. Welcome to A Current Affair. When 27-year-old Ben Honig broke his leg playing soccer, he thought he was having a bad enough run of luck until he copped a fine in the mail that wasn't his. Tonight, the red light camera bungle bleeding motorists dry and how to challenge every fine you get.
I can definitely say it wasn't me, it wasn't my car. Definitely couldn't have been me. I was on my way to hospital with a broken leg. I'm really glad I checked because I'm paying for somebody else's mistake.
It's the outrageous ticket that proves what many drivers have long suspected, that red light cameras can and do get it wrong.
How sure are you that this wasn't your car?
I'm 100% sure it wasn't my car.
It's such an obvious mistake you have to wonder how on earth it got through the system and question how many more shonky tickets are slipping through the cracks.
Pretty red hot, isn't it?
Ben Honig was accused of running a red arrow. He was fined $439 and stripped of 3 demerit points, but the ticket was a complete sham.
If it's happened to me, it could have happened to anyone, and it's showing like there's making mistakes. And it's only being found because I checked it. How many people just get their fines and just pay it without checking it?
The driver busted going through the red wasn't Ben. It wasn't even his car, and he has indisputable proof, both photo evidence and an airtight alibi.
I'm 100% sure it wasn't my car because I was in hospital.
The night the ticket was issued in Bradbury, Ben played a soccer final in Alexandria, some 50 kilometres away. And at the exact time the camera flash went off, Ben was in an ambulance en route to hospital.
Towards the end of the game, just mistake. Somebody just went in a bit too hard, and next minute I'm on the floor with my foot pointing the other way.
An injury that required major surgery. Within days of his operation, Ben got a massive headache in the post. His dad and member for Heffron, Ron Honig, opened the fine and immediately thought his son was guilty.
So I went to him and said, Ben, you've now been fined and you're going to lose 3 points. And like all children, doesn't matter how old they are, their first reaction is a denial. So he said, it wasn't me, show me.
So you definitely don't have a small
Soon after,
white
Ben
hatchback.
also started to question his own innocence.
Okay, what car
That
do you
was
have?
until he looked at the location of the offence and alarm bells went off immediately. The offence happened in Bradbury, somewhere he never visits and is way out of his area. However, it wasn't until they checked the date and time Ben and Ron were certain it was a mistake. The 5th of October was when Ben broke his leg, and at 6:26 p.m, he was in an ambulance.
In my view, my son was dudded by a money-hungry government that's just trying to rake in revenue.
When a camera goes off, it takes a photo, which is supposed to be double-checked before a fine is sent out.
When we receive the image from Roads and Maritime, we look at every one of those images and then compare the registration number we see in the image to the data that's held by Roads and Maritime about that vehicle.
For example, a person types in a number plate and checks it belongs to a white Honda. But in Ben's case, that system failed spectacularly. The car in the photo is a small white hatchback. Ben drives a dark grey Lexus.
So what is your number plate?
JD 128,
And the number plate on the white car?
JO 128.
So there's one letter that's different.
Yeah,
The D for an O.
yeah,
And that's probably how you got this fine.
yeah.
Concerned by such a massive bungle, we went to Stephen Brady from Revenue New South Wales.
How often are red light cameras making mistakes?
We issue around 700,000 camera-detected penalties every year, and of those, only 0.2% are issued in error.
That equates to 1,260 mistakes or 1,260 wrong tickets, and they're only the ones they know about, where drivers have checked and reported an error.
So this is human error?
It is human error.
If you ever get a fine in the mail, there's a simple checklist to make sure yours isn't a mistake. First, look at the location and see if it is somewhere you drive. Then make note of the date and try to recall where you were on that day. After that, look at the exact time and match it to where you were. Finally, go online and access a free photo of the offence to see if it is in fact your car.
You go onto the website, which is revenue.nsw.gov.au, you enter the penalty notice number, and up will come the details of the offence, and you can click through and there's the image of the car going through the intersection.
If you believe there's been an error, send an email through their website and complain. Or it could be done on the phone if you don't have access to the internet.
I've sent them an email saying, like, this is wrong, it's not right, please check it. If I don't pay it by the date and they come looking for me, well then, I'm just going to say, here's the photo. It's your photo.
Since we got involved, Revenue New South Wales has withdrawn Ben's fine. They'll now reissue it to the driver who actually went through the red light.